Hello and welcome back to the RAISE Lighthouse and myself, Hannah Velten. I think it's about time to shine a light on what we do at the RAISE Lighthouse. So the cases that we take on at the RAISE Lighthouse. So the RAISE Lighthouse is an energetic space and it bridges the physical and non-physical worlds. It's been co-created by myself and by my brother's soul, who identify as Christian. It's a space filled with energetic love. We've worked really hard on bringing in energetic love. So energetic love is like the purest form of love that is available to us in this universe. And that love sends out a light like a beacon to those who need support. Christian and myself are supported by a large team in spirit, and they make up their guides, their healers, their visionaries, and their way showers. And they are constantly on call to signals of distress. So if they receive receive a signal, they will make a beeline to help that person. I say person, that person could be alive in a physical body, or they could be dead. So they'd still be alive, just not in their physical body. And we aim to find, retrieve, and bring love into their lives, so that harmony can be regained. Like when Christian and I set up the lighthouse, it was completely a step into the unknown. But it's really been a like glorious is the word I can think of experience, for myself and for Christian, as being a team, being a partnership, but also the guides that we've brought in, the love that's been brought in, the physical team that I work with as well. It's just been such a joy, and we want to pass this joy on to others. Where we were in our distress state, both myself and Christian. He went missing, disappeared without a trace in Africa in 21 years ago. And obviously that it was an experience which was very very distressing. And love answered our call and helped us, so we now help others. So the physical team that I work with, we're all women at the moment, but it's a team that is in constant flux, and that's because people find us. They come in to our RAISE community, they get taken through initiation process, they learn about their spiritual gifts, and if RAISE is a fit for them and they are a fit for RAISE, they stay in for however long their destiny path keeps them there. And then often they will release and move into other work. So they're holding the light and the love of RAISE, but they move off into their own destiny paths as they evolve and grow. But some of I say like the hardcore the hardcore team will stay with me and will work in the RAISE Lighthouse. The spirit team, they are constantly growing, and finding those in distress, because it's time consuming and there's so many people in distress. So they work kind of independently of us a lot of the time. The spirit team has been growing because people that we've helped along the way. So as we've evolved the RAISE Lighthouse, they will often then go and work as spirits for the good of, well, they go into the service of love. As it's helped them, they then serve love. So the team is growing all the time in spirit, and they work really hard to determine who needs the physical team's help. So us in the physical. So we Christian and his team usually deal with most of the cases that come through the lighthouse, and we have witnessed their work over the years. Really, we've seen them dive into man-made disasters, natural disasters, spirits who are stuck in historical events. They've also worked with very specific high profile events. We used to do this weekly with the team. I thought we were kind of yeah, we were kind of sitting on the sidelines, I suppose, watching and experiencing what was going on. And as the team in spirit grew and as we grew in confidence, we in the physical began to be more involved, I suppose, in what was going on. And we now work with the spirit team once a month to do the earthbound spirit releases, so general ones. And there's only a few cases now where we're interacting with spirits or souls. Sometimes these can be living souls, sometimes these can be like dead without a body soul. But these cases, they need a link between the physical world before they can ascend. I'll explain a bit more about that in a minute. But Christian and his team really work hard on identifying which cases are going to need physical support team. So we kind of act as a go-between. And we're really pleased to be in this service to love. But we really like, and as a physical team, we know we have very little knowledge about what's going to be unfolding over time for us. Christian, well, the team have collected a queue of cases which need the physical team support. And back in July 2024, I downloaded a series of cases. So I was given case details. I was given a number for each case and some basic information about each case. So it was an identifier for me. And as I was receiving these short sort of sentences about the case, I also got an idea of what each case was about. So we've had this case list for a few months now, and people have been coming to me in various ways. So they either come through our community, our RAISE community. It might be people that I suddenly meet who or have re-met after a very long time, have suddenly come back into my life. Or people come through to like just email me and just say, oh, I think I've seen a film of you speaking. I think you might have somebody there who I need some support with. So all these, I've had a trickle, I guess, at the moment. It will flow more freely in time of cases, and I identify cases on the list that these people are associated to. If that's clear, I hope I hope it is. So these cases, I'm telling you about these cases now because it's come to a point where we really need people who see these films who think, oh my goodness, you might have somebody on your list that I'm associated with. I need you to come forward. We need you to come forward. We can't do the work without you, without this physical link that you provide. So these cases, so there's 148 cases that are downloaded. We've already dealt with quite a few, but there's still a huge queue, and there's 4. We don't know what order they're not presenting in the order they were given to me, so they're moving around the list, but there's 4 main sets that of within the 148 cases, which I'm going to explain. We go to the darkest places. We go to the darkest places and spaces and deal with cases that are often long, cold cases, or they are cases that other people don't really want to touch, or they are cases where everything possible has been done, but it's a stagnant case or situation. We go in and we break up the stagnancy and we bring in the love, and that then the magic is allowed to unfold. So the first set of cases involves killing energy. So this is murders, manslaughters, suicides. I can't really tell you much about this. Killing energy is fierce, it's strong, it's heavy, and I guess that was the first, when I'm thinking about, so all of these sets, it's all Christian and Mai's experience through him going missing, and what subsequently I experienced and he experienced on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. So we have lived through all these experiences, Christian and myself, and that's why we now are able to help other people. So what else can I say? So a lot of these might be cold cases, where there's untruths, are holding cases very tightly. I don't really want to say too much about that. But I guess if you're watching this and you get a sign, in fact, maybe I'll just break off and give you a list of the signs that the team might be giving you if you are connected to one of these cases. So I wrote this list with them yesterday, actually. So the signs that you might be receiving as you're watching this film, you might start shaking, like your body shaking, and that's a controlled shaking. It's like they are giving the spirits team, so the RAISE team are coming through you and giving you a nod, a prod. It might be that you have chills or you have warmth in your body while listening to this. It might be if you close your eyes, or at certain point at night, or when you're quieter, you might see flashes of bright light. You might also feel the feel of a touch on your skin, like just like literally somebody's giving you a touch. The words "you are ready," that might be spoken to you or shown to you in certain ways. The other way they've shown it to me many times actually is the holding of your hand, like you get an image or a feel, or you feel somebody's like reaching a hand out to you and you're holding their hand, or like a blanket is being placed around you, so this real sense of warmth and comfort. And also, if you come forward, if you make the decision to come forward, to email us at the RAISE Lighthouse, you will feel like an immediate relief of, I've done the right thing, I'm going in the right direction. So that was a list of signs. Sorry, that was something I was given yesterday. So we have the killing energy. The second set is like miscellaneous cases. So everybody in the physical team, they have a speciality, or they are becoming aware of a speciality. The miscellaneous could be anything. We have had it's basically any case that requires another human's help, and it's usually a living soul. So we've had being a death doula. So this was me last week. I've never done it before, but the team came in and I just did what I needed to do. So this lady was alive still, and it was actually her daughter who came to me, and she provided the link to the mother, and it was a case of releasing all her low energy, all her energetic fears, trauma. And if the death doula is preparing for ascension, it's preparing the body and for the spirit to ascend, and that was all done remotely with the mother, who wasn't even aware of it in physical time. We've also worked, and there will be similar cases like that on the list. I've also worked as a birth doula as well on this list of cases. So that's indigo children. So that's souls who are coming into the physical life to provide light, and they come in service to love, and they are requiring families to be born into. They require our help to birth into particular families who who seemingly are experiencing fertility issues, but actually it's an energetic clearing that needs to go on to make space for these indigo children. So there are cases on the list as well. There's also grief healing, and that's between living people and spirits who've passed on. There's cases of finding lost items. There's case information in cold cases as well. So maybe some little truths or something that's blocking a cold case. That's where we can provide information and open up a case. There's also joint healing between, it's like a joint healing between heaven and earth, that these cases. So it's quite varied work, but it's beautiful work, and it benefits. Say if you feel you have somebody on or a link to one of these cases, know that you're coming towards us, it will benefit you. So it's not just the direct person who we're supporting, but it's their family, it's their loved ones. It's it's a benefit to everybody. The third set are missing people, and they can be dead or alive. There's three main areas, I guess, that I'm being shown. There's gang violence. There's paedophile rings, and there's missing by misadventure, and then there's the long-term cold cases. So sorry, that was sort of 4 areas within the missing people. So yeah, again, we go to the darkest places, we go to the places that are the most stagnant, and these cases come to the lighthouse. We're attracting the lighthouse, or the lighthouse is attracting these cases, because it's almost like we're the last chance. So yeah, if you're connected to any of those as well, if you come towards us, I can tell you straight away if your case is on our list. The cases that we have are ready to be found, they're ready to be worked with, they're like queuing up, waiting. If you've got a case or someone who you're thinking should be involved in one of these cases, it might be that you are not ready, the situation is not ready, they're not ready to be found to come forward. It doesn't mean that they will never be ready. It just means that they're just not there yet. So once we're starting moving with these cases as a proper flow, more cases will come in. So whenever you're watching this, I'm recording this on the 9th of September 2024, but this is for always. You literally need to keep checking in on the cases to see if there's someone linked to you waiting for you. The fourth type of case we've got at the moment, and probably the closest to my heart, is those wanting to return. So it's people who, like they're wanting to return home. They're wanting a reunion with loved ones. So this could be people who are seemingly missing, or have been estranged, or I was going to say just like become a hermit. They've just kind of dropped out of life, but they're now ready for a return to home, to reunion. And this is the physical team. This is all these cases involve somebody or something or in the physical which needs resolving. And the only way that can be done, and why they come to the RAISE Lighthouse, is it can only be done through a joint channel between earth and spirit, and myself and the physical team provide that channel. It's taken us many years to get to this point where we are now. I've mentioned about my story personally with Christian, and it's a journey of 21 years, and I've only just really now realized. I keep getting told by spirit moments of realization, and this today now, as I'm saying the set of cases that we have waiting at the lighthouse, I can see I have a moment of realization of the pathway that Christian and myself have been on, and why we're now ready to offer this service. I'm getting really big chills, and to start talking about this service that we're providing for these cases. The biggest and another sentence that keeps coming up for me, apart from moment of realization, and you might be having a moment of realization watching this film, of literally why you're watching this film. The other thing that I keep getting is the illness of separation, and this is the greatest problem that my team feel is facing humanity. This is separation from loved ones. This is separation from our true selves. It's separation from kindness, from forgiveness, from the truth, and from love. And in these times of separation, fear can take hold so easily. And I know it did in Christian and in our case. And this is why the RAISE Lighthouse has come into action, and it's really penetrating. The light is penetrating into the darkest of the situations. Illness, or solving, I guess, the illness of separation is our mission, is the RAISE mission. And we do that by bringing peace and harmony where there's distress, and bringing people together and resolving situations and finding completion. I'm sharing this information now for a few reasons. The first reason is that we need those living souls who are associated with waiting cases to come forward. Like, you hold the link and the key to a healing, and the benefit for all those people, everybody involved in these cases, including yourself. So we really need you to come forward. I'll give you information with this film, or there's an email address that we have that you can come forward and approach us. The other reason is we need more physical RAISE team members. As I said, it's always in a constant flux. People come in, they come out. We have a whole initiation that's available within our RAISE community. And you will get what you need from the community. But not every initiate actually comes into the main core team. You need to be the right match for this work, and the work needs to be a match for you. As I said, you can come in, do the initiation, get to know and work on your development. But if your destiny takes you to somewhere else, into another type of service, so not what I've mentioned, that's absolutely fine. Like, we send you off with love. That's perfect. We've done our job on the initiation. But if you do stay with us, if RAISE Lighthouse, these cases are what you want to do and it's your destiny path, we welcome you with open arms. The fight for love that's another message that I keep getting. Fight for love. This is crucial. It's crucial work in this world. And it's repeatedly been said to me, and we are on the front line, and we need more and more physical team in RAISE. The other reason I'm sharing this now is that I need to take off my cloak of invisibility and throw it away. I have to be my true self and be honest about the work that we do and share with everybody now, because I need people to find us. Like, the whole of the team, the whole of this mission relies on people finding us, on people watching these films, reading our words, and being drawn to us. And that's it. I've got to the point where there's nowhere else to go. I have to stand out now and do this. yeah, so that's the kind of the reasons. If you feel you're attached to one of these cases, please do get in touch with us on info@theraiselighthouse.org. One of myself or one of the team can tell you straight away if you are attached to any of these cases that are currently waiting. Funding of our work is not yet secured. It's very difficult to ask for money for doing this work, because we're kind of like working on behalf of of spirit, of energies. And although we're making such a huge impact in the physical world, it's you can't get money out of spirits. So what I'm being shown is that we will be getting work or funding for this work in big lump sums. So it's like people, I don't know how that is going to come. It's going to come in lots of different ways. So it might be from a book I write, it might be from films we make, it might be from a documentary we make, a series of films we make. It could come from donors, it could come from, I'm even hearing hush money, people who want to keep anything that we uncover private. Yeah, so if you're watching this film and you're thinking you would like to contribute to the physical team, obviously we have expenses, we need to live. we have a physical space that we rent to be able to do this work outside our homes. Yeah, anyone who obviously we all need to be paid for this work, and we have so far done this work, most of it for free, occasional donations, but we would really welcome funding into the physical team too. So please also do get in touch, info@theraiselighthouse.org. I'm just going to check if there's anything else that I need to tell you. No, it's all been covered. So much love to you. And yeah, if you feel you have a case waiting at the lighthouse or associated with a case, or you would like to be involved with the funding of our work, please do get in touch. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Okay, lots of love. Goodbye.